Alrighty, everybody. We're slowly gathering in. Welcome to those that are starting to make their way in. Joining at the very beginning, but we are here at Six Flags America, and in just a matter of a few minutes, well, by that means a little over a half hour, Six Flags America will be no more, and will be closing for good. Welcome, welcome. Last time we did a live stream was for the final day of Kingda Ka. And of course, something else is closing today, so here we are. Back at another place that is closing soon. This one just happens to be an entire dang park. Six Flags America. The goal is we are gonna basically wait for 6 o'clock to hit and see if we can get on to that wild one. So already, just to kind of give you a little bit of a refresher of what we got done today. So the last ride I did was the Capital train, which was really nice because we got to go technically see the quote-unquote graveyard of other leading cars of roller coasters that are in the park. So there was Joker Shanks back there. Superman's old blue train was back there. We also got to see the remnants of Batwing. We got to see a Raging Cajun car, and I believe the other car that I am not thinking about right off the bat was, I believe it was one of the Woodies. I don't know, but really sucks. There's also a lot of rapids as well in the back there. Checking all that out as well. So I'll kind of just go through chat, answer a couple questions if you have any. I did see one earlier asking how packed the park is, and well, this is the Wild One line, which is using extended queue and every single switchback that is in there, which should give you a pretty good idea as to how packed we are right now. It is basically slammed. It is slammed to bits. There's Harley over there and Wonder Woman going for a flight. Everything right now is on one train because that's basically all they have left, except for Roar, and I believe Firebird is on 2 trains. Everything else is on 1 train right now. So waiting out lines for these things is gonna be rough. Like, it's going to be rough. So I have no idea how they're gonna be closing off the lines. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it into the line. So we don't really know for certain what the fate of this park is. We don't know if it's going to get bought off. We don't know if rides are going to get taken out and moved to other parks. We don't necessarily have any ideas, nor I really don't either. So I'll be on the lookout for all that stuff coming up. Hoping to provide updates where I can, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to provide you sufficient updates with the coaster itself. So that should answer your question, Kai. I don't know how much stuff's going to get taken out right away. If I were to guess, they're going to start with probably the older stuff, like Wild One's going to probably get taken out first, is my guess, because it's right in the middle of everything, and the demolition crews and other moving trucks would have to get through accessibly easy. So my guess is that Wild One will probably be the first thing to go. All the portables, such as Raging Cajun, is portable, so they'll be able to move that. They're going to have to redo the entirety of the track on that because it is moved from Great America to now here, and who knows if it's going to get moved somewhere else or just put out for scrap. Don't know any details yet. Of course, we'll have to keep an eye out for the guides that are on to other sites to know more details. But this basically is a park that is located in Bowie, Maryland. It is about, I want to say, about a half hour away from DC. It is an hour and a half away from King's Dominion. It is 3 hours from Six Flags Great Adventure. Another 3.5 hours from Dorney, for those that just want rough vicinities of where this park is located. So the park is closing at 6 o'clock. Which, to be fair, is rather, it looks like it's late, but then again, it was daylight savings. So everyone got an extra hour of sleep, essentially. So that's why it is dark already. I know I have a 3-hour drive ahead of me. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay for. nor am I, if I'm kind of debating if even getting on the Wild One line is worth it right now. I might do it. I know I said I'm going to try for it, but I don't know if I'm going to. I'm kind of thinking otherwise about it right now, because if the ride does in fact go down during any portion of that, basically what's going to happen is that they're probably just going to kick everybody out of the queue, in which I don't even know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to get everybody out. Today, otherwise, has been quite an event. We can watch Wild One go up as I'm talking about this. But today has been quite an event. So to kind of talk about what I've done so far, first thing we did when we got into the park is we ran over to Superman. I got on the first train of the day on Superman. So I was on the first train of operation on opening day of Six Flags America this year with the brand new trains. And now I could say that I was on the first train of the day at Six Flags America for Superman. So really went full circle, I have to say. So very big full circle moment over here for Six Flags America for me. This is a park that I've been going to since I was about 10 years old. Anytime that my family were in the area, we just stopped by for the day, or when we were on our way back from something, this is where we'd go. We would come here and I'd get on pretty much every single ride here. I rode Firebird when it was Apocalypse. That's how I remember it as. I remember it as Apocalypse before it became Firebird. I first rode Firebird on opening day this year too. So I'm happy that I had a chance to get on Firebird when I did. Almost got evac'd on Firebird. We'll talk about that in a moment. But after Superman, we went to Joker's Jinx. Got on that pretty quickly. It wasn't too bad of a wait. And then we started going around the loop. So we did Firebird, where I was stuck on the lift for approximately 15 minutes, thinking that it was going to evac us, but no, SEI issue. So they just let us go manually, and it was all fine and dandy at the end. Then we got on Roar, and got on Roar once. It actually was running better today than it was on opening day. I didn't think it was running that well on opening day. Maybe it was because I rode the black train today versus the green train. I think the black train was just running better. And then we came over to Wild One. We did Wild One twice. Not in a row, but we did Wild One in two different instances. We did Wild One towards the early portion. We were in the back row. It was fantastic. Airtime was insane. I know I put out a ranking video not that long ago, ranking the coasters of Six Flags America, in my opinion. I put this at number 4, and now I'm kind of half regretting putting it at number 4 because it's running really good. I'm probably going to move it up a couple spots. Not going to lie. And then I also went to, came back to this later. We did Ragin' Cajun, which is over there, which has a ludicrous line. I can show you guys that in a moment. Then we also did Screamore once, which I'm glad is going away, and I never want to see that ride again because even with the train, it sucks. Those new trains, it was an awful ride experience. It's not that fun at all. So we have that going for us. Besides that, I do have to say that otherwise, it's been a great day. We did Wild One with the skip. Again, every single skip has had a wait. So we did Wild One skip. And then we went back to Superman. And then after that, a interesting thing happened. So we were going up Superman's exit because we had skips for Superman. And there was a guest that was running up Batwing's lift hill, taking panoramic pictures, and security absolutely swamped his behind. It was pretty crazy. Quite a crazy scene to see. You don't often see those kind of things, and it was a chaotic scene over there. I don't know how much of the details I'm going to go into detail about with that, but it was quite something, to say the least. So that sort of sums up that. Got food at Gator, which I never got food at Gator. Gator is the food spot that is right next to Ragin' Cajun, across from the French Quarter Flyers. Really good food. It's called a shrimp po' boy, I think it is, or something of that sort. It's basically a shrimp sandwich, and it's absolutely delicious, might I say. Very, very good food. That was the only thing I really had like as a meal, quote unquote. So it really wasn't much else to it besides that. So with that being said, now after that we did the Capitol train, and now here we are. Unfortunately my watch is not working properly, so here I am having to try to keep track of time for the subsequent events of when this park is going to close. I haven't heard any announcements yet of how far out we are until that moment happens, but we will be on the lookout for what all that stuff is going to be. So what I'll do is I'll kind of just roughly stay in the vicinity of Wild One. I know like the whole group is going to join us momentarily. We were with Colin for the day, so very fun day nonetheless. Now I gotta scroll back up to the top here and see what you all have said. Feels like the Night Kingdom closed. I'd say this is a bigger scale, personally, because of just how much has happened thus far. So yeah, this kind of feels like Ka's closing, but I think Ka just had a deeper meaning for me, so I think that was more of an emotional one. Rapids couldn't make it till the last day. Well, the Rapids have been closed for a while. Usually the Rapids don't even go past Labor Day operation just because of the weather. So it's not necessarily the fact that the Rapids is just a season that it can run. Sad to see this park go. It was my home park for a few years ago. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Even though I don't live near Cedar Point, it still feels like my home park because I go every year. What if Six Flags Fiesta were to get Superman since they need a Piper? With the quarry wall, it is basically impossible. But I know they had a Hyper on their survey very recently, so I will not deny that potential option. So that is very possible that could happen. Do you think the Steel Whirlwind will be relocated to Great Adventure? I think you mean Steam Whirlwind. That's in Steamtown. But that is a very big possibility. Again, on Great Adventure Survey, they did put a mention out for a collection of flat rides or a collection of rides. So Steam Whirlwind is potentially a possibility for Great Adventure. I think it would be a great fit for it if you ask me. The ride is only about 2 years old, so it's definitely very easy to move, more than likely, and very easy to reassemble is my guess. Zamperowa is based in New Jersey, so of course having to retheme or anything of that sort will be pretty instantaneous from the standpoint of that. But Steam Whirlwind I see as a possibility. Personally, I think it's a higher probability that we get rides like the Flyers. I think the Flyers are a bit of a larger possibility to get. I don't know where these rides would exactly go, but I don't think they'd be added in 2026 unless they find a way to just drop it in last minute. If there's a ride that they would be able to drop in last minute and just open like nothing ever happened, it would probably be Raging Cajun, because that is a portable ride. But all in all, as I mentioned earlier, Raging Cajun could use some TLC before it even gets relocated. So that is a huge question mark. Do you think any of the flats will get moved to Dorney since we lost 3 in the last 2 years? I know you lost Apollo and you lost Meteor. I'm trying to think of what the other... Oh, it was Monster, right? I think it was Monster. That was over by the Steel Yard. I think it was Monster. I don't know if that was what it was called, but it was a Monster. It's possible. A Sky Flyer has been the leading rumor, but also that guy right there. If you can see that swinging pendulum, I think you guys would be I think Dorney would be so good with that. I've always liked the Sky Flyer for Dorney more, but the swinging pendulum that's here at Six Flags America is a very strong possibility as well that I could see happening. Joker's Jinx, please. I doubt it as well. I don't think that's gonna happen. Not because it's not because that. Well, first off, Joker's Jinx is like a top 3 in the park. But the only reason I'm saying no to Joker's Jinx is mainly because of the launch mechanism that it's using. They'd have to basically recalibrate the entire train just to make it feasible with new set. I think Joker's Jinx is also on the older side. I think it's in the 20s in terms of age of operation. So we are looking at something of that sort. All right, we got 10 people in here. Welcome, welcome. Usually it took a while for us to get the numbers up. I remember we were like about an hour and a half, like an hour into King Ka's stream, and we had like 100 people in here, which is absolutely ludicrous. But right now we're just hanging out in the Mardi Gras section of Six Flags America, kind of lounging around Wild One. There's already a lot of people lining up outside Wild One to sneak right on as fast as they can. So we will be on the lookout for that. We'll have to stay close by. Here are the flyers. French Quarter flyers are right back over here. These would be a fantastic fit at Great Adventure. Personally, I think if they were going to put them in a spot, I think the boardwalk could really use them. Something with that would be great for the park, in my personal opinion. I hope your video is separate. I don't know what you mean. But I do post the stream separately from the vlog. And yes, there are segments of this live stream that will be in the vlog for Six Flags America. The other day as well, I was also in King's Dominion. I checked out their haunt and also got to ride Pantherian for the first time. So you're going to see some stuff about that in the coming days. Because that vlog is going to come out before Six Flags America's vlog. Mainly because it's a whole different time that happens. So we're going to be doing Six Flags America's farewell, last visit ever vlog will be later. And we will do the stream. The live stream here will be posted first before any of that happens. But we will prioritize the King's Dominion. I'll prioritize the King's Dominion vlog first. That'll drop at some point during the week. And then there's a whole time where the park is going to be, or Great Adventure and a lot of parks are going to be open for a large set of the week this week. So we might drop in on a weekday and check out Great Adventure when that time is right. So here we are back at Wild One. This is the crowd that's gathered around Wild One right now. And I decided that I was going to hang out by Wild One. Now, usually, like, King Ka obviously made sense to hang out in the Golden Kingdom. But I felt like for this vlog, I think the ride that's going to be missed the most is going to be Wild One. And that's why I'm hanging out around here. Again, this is a ride I'm kind of like tempted, honestly, to be honest with you. I probably will not go back on Wild One today. Mainly because this line is absolutely crazy, and the ride back for me is 3 hours, and I have work tomorrow. So I'm literally not going to go into this line and knowing that I have to wait probably 2.5 hours. So sadly, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. And everything, as I mentioned, is on one train, except for Firebird and Roar. So Superman has been a full queue the entire day. It is slammed, guys. It is absolutely slammed. You can probably see in the back there. It's really hard to see. Superman is going. All the rides today, I mean, outside of Firebird and Roar, have been consistently operating today. I don't want to be the guy that jinxes everything, but I don't think I don't think any of the other coasters did go down today, outside of those two. So we're moving really quickly. So Wild One will 95% be done. What happens to the 5% is my question to you. I feel like Superman is getting relocated to Great Adventure. That will not happen. I don't even think there's enough room for it. Trust me when I say that Superman is on a much bigger plot of land than you think it is. They'd rather use the space for something else, trust me. Did someone say jinx? I did. Yes, I just said jinx. So, we have all that. All right, 16 people. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Wonder how high our viewership could get to this time around. I'm very intrigued by that. Let's walk towards Raging, and hopefully you guys have some more stuff for me to ask about. I'm probably going to be heading out again when it gets close, when everything's just about closed. I'd imagine that if you're not in line for something, they're going to probably escort you out of the park, is my guess. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to wait until, well, everyone leaves, but I know they're not going to do that, so. There go to Flyers again. All right. Whip, they do not have room for it. They really don't have room for it. All right. Here's Mardi Gras. Superman going to Michigan's Adventure? Possibly. Possibly. Were you the guy on Batwings with? No. So you probably missed the part where I kind of talked about it, but basically what happened is that I was walking to the exit of Superman because my group had skips to get on Superman from the exit, and I actually was the one that pointed out the guy. I pointed out the guy right away. I'm like, I don't think that guy works here. And then everybody was just on their phones recording it. I did not get any footage of it because I don't want to get in trouble for anything. And I'm a good little boy. Not really. But so I decided to opt to not record anything. But yes, I was with all the people that were recording it and have posted it on their socials. I did not want to do that, so I did not record it. But security was pretty fast on their heels when that happened. I think somebody in Superman's station, one of the ops in there, pointed the guy out right away, and security was basically immediately on the scene within like 2 minutes. It's a tough trek to get to Batwing because it's all the way in the back of the park, so I would imagine why it would take a long time for somebody to get there. There's a lot of stories on it right now. So there's a... Yeah, it was pretty crazy to watch. Like, a lot of people were there. A lot of people were there. Well, it wasn't a hyper coaster, it was Batwing. So Batwing is, I don't have the height on the top of my head. I think it was about 100, I think it's about 120 feet is Batwing. But I did not climb it. I was getting on Superman. That's what I was doing at that time. So, that's what I was doing at that time. 100 feet, oh, close enough. I was just guesstimating, so I was pretty close. I will take that. I will gladly take that. There's also no lights at Raging Cajun. You can probably barely see the car going through right now. I'll go to the go-karts and check this, and I'll tell you guys about this. So, all the stores in the park right now are 85% off of literally everything. Merchandise and even the go-karts. Yes, they're really loud. But the go-karts, 85% off. What would cost you maybe $5, $10 to get on the go-karts is $1.80 to ride the go-karts. How nuts is that? That is nuts, ain't it? Yeah, here, so you can do the math. One single cart is $12. Do 85% off of that. That's how much it costs you to get on. It's pretty crazy. I went in 2023 and I hated how hot it was. But it is sad to see this park go. Never got to ride Iron Wolf. So 2023, was it Firebird at that time? It might have been Firebird at the time. But yeah, so that's a fun ride. I'm sorry you couldn't get there. What rides do you think have a chance to get relocated to Great Adventure? I mentioned earlier about the Flyers. The Flyers are the highest probability, potentially, from what I've heard, and that would be a great fit. The Nebulas are a great option as well. That's the Steam Whirler is what it is here at the park. The Flying Carousel is another strong possibility. I don't expect to get everything, but it is certainly possible that we could get a lot of these rides. Raging Cajuns has been thrown around as a potential possibility as well, which would be kind of crazy because we'd have now 2 Wild Mice coasters in Great Adventure. But then again, at this rate, I'd just be happy getting pretty much anything, so I will take it for what it is. Oh, it's 5. Oh, I see the times. Yeah. 10 minutes till it closes. I'm surprised they haven't shut down any lines yet. Batwing is great. What's not likely? Any other coaster that's not Raging Cajun. I don't really see us grabbing a coaster from this park unless it's Raging Cajun in all seriousness. Most of them are old, and for the newer ones, most of the rides here are old. Raging Cajun getting prepped for Great Adventure. Again, that is a possibility. We haven't gotten confirmation of that yet. Raging is a portable, so again, that's a coaster that could just get plopped right in instantaneously, and nobody would even know. They just think, oh, coaster, let's go. Rode Batwing and Nighthawk, but for some reason I missed Kingda Ka that year, and I regret it. I'm so sorry to hear that, but Nightwing is definitely very rare now, so good on you for getting Nightwing. Why though? They already have Dark Knight. I don't know what you're referencing. I'm referencing Hershey, but oh, I know what you're referencing. Again, I don't think they're gonna care right now. I think for Great Adventure's sake, they just need to get something in there. They just need to get something else in there. So. Then again, if you could think about it, all the Wild Mice coasters are technically portables. So, unless it's like one of the longer models with the big drop in it. I fear all the coasters are done for except for Raging Cajun. I would also look out for Superman. I would look out for Superman potentially. Even the SLC in some instances. Although I think the SLC will probably be used for parts. Top to Dragster in its original form. Never got to ride Kingda Ka. I've heard that Dragster in its original form was better than Ka, so you might have gotten the better credit. But that's to be said. There's many people. That's a big debate going on right now, so hey, I can't really confirm or deny. Sidewinders trains might get sent somewhere else. Oh, Skywinders. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think of who doesn't have it. Canada's Wonderland could use it, unless they're getting rid of their SLC, but it looks like they're not going to do that. Canada's Wonderland, I think Michigan's Adventure, but I think they've changed theirs recently. Who else has an SLC that needs to get changed? That new restraints and trains. I can't really think of others. There will be room in Over Texas. Well, we don't need to worry about Over Texas. They're getting Tormenta. This park had so much potential. Yeah, but they didn't capitalize on the land. And the lack of investment is what probably was inevitable for its downfall, is my guess. Because they really did have potential with this park, and they just didn't capitalize on it. It's really unfortunate. And you'll also see in the vlog that how abandoned Whistle Stop is, which is the kiddie area that's next to DC, the DC Universe area. Like, Whistle Stop is abysmal right now. Oh my God, it's like it's been like abandoned for 5 years because it has been. So it's really sad to see the state. We got 32 people in here. Welcome, 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 all of you that I have not acknowledged yet. Welcome. Superman's trains sent for parts, or they'll just send Superman's trains in general to Darien Lake if Superman as a whole ride does not get relocated. Sad to see Roar finally extinct since the one SFDK has been converted into Joker. Well, at least yours got converted, is what I'll say. Roar was running actually pretty good today. But yes, I would have much preferred to have it as a RMC hybrid, and that probably would have been enough just to give it that boost that it needs to get attendance into the park. In all seriousness, I think if they RMC'd this Roar over Discovery Kingdoms, I think we'd be having a totally different conversation about this park right now. No faith in Six Flags Cedar Fair. Again, we're only a year in. Give them time. Universal, it's time to make an offer. No, they're not going to do that. Why was it even abandoned, the kids area? I have no idea. That's actually a great question. I honestly don't know. Worlds of Fun. Does Worlds of Fun have room at all? Worlds of Fun needs a good looping coaster. That's what Worlds of Fun needs. They need a good looper. So, I don't think they need, because Worlds of Fun has Mamba. I don't know the whole deal with Mambas. Mamba had a whole debacle today, so I don't want to go too much into that, but because I don't know much about it. Superman might go somewhere, but the ride is sprawling. It would be hard to relocate. Yes, it would be. What happens to Wild One? The ride is 100 plus years old and was relocated. I don't think it's coming back. I think this is it. Roar here is so rough and boring. I last rode it in 2018. It has gotten some retrack throughout the past couple years, but that's really it. 100% coping here, but do you think there's a shot New England gets Superman's trains? Absolutely not. I'm sorry. And there's a whole lot of cheering happening over there. I don't know what is going on. Wild One is probably going to meet the Wrecking Ball. Wild One is probably just going to end up going into flames. That'll probably be the easiest way to control it. But don't tell anyone I said that, because honestly, I don't even know how it's going to go down. I wonder how long after the commission of new trains for Superman did they find out the park was closing. Again, that kind of just goes to show you that this was a really last-minute change, because the original plan was this park was not going to go through that. So the new trains, plus a lot of new signage at the front of each of the automatic hydraulic gates, which you'll see in the vlog. So I don't want to give too much away, but again, it's just more proof that this was a very last-minute thing that happened. Valley Fair needs a good looper. Yes, I agree. Roar's my favorite. Last ride was way rougher. Yes. 5 minutes away. This is the wild one. Yes, it is. Wild one getting saved for firewood. Superman of Fiesta, Texas? No. If Wild One gets torn down, it'll be like Big Dipper, Giago Lake all over again. Well, it's probably going to be just like that. The first ever major theme park to be demolished in 20 years. Well, again, we don't have proof that the whole park's getting demolished. Even though the park sits on very valuable land and is absolutely massive, not really massive, but the property that it has is very big, there's no physical proof that the whole park is getting demolished. So it's too early to say that. They do things like this when they see a recession coming. It's corporate panic, which is why it's so unfortunate. We'll see what happens with that. Park closes at 6 o'clock. Yes, it does. Can Wild One's trains be used at Dorney PTC? Yes, they can. They can be used, and I think that's what they'll do. They'll probably use those trains for spare parts if they need it for whatever park has a PTC. So Dorney is a good example. King's Dominion's a great example with Racer, with both sides of Racer, because they have a red and a blue side, even though Racer has longer trains. Why are they closing so early for the last day? School is a factor in it. Also, the other factor is that daylight savings. Usually you wouldn't see that, but a common pattern has been when daylight savings occurs, they'll close the park an extra hour later. So this is just one of those instances. Flat Rides Magic Mountain, maybe one. Maybe one. I think they're going to stay local to the East Coast, because the East Coast is what's getting hit, not really the West. A huge portion of the area surrounding the park is a nature reserve. It constrains what they could do, all without zoning. Partially true. Dorney is my PTC home park. Very nice. So you have Thunderhawk there. That's also would be my PTC home park, because my home park, A Great Adventure, does not have a PTC train wooden coaster. It only has El Toro. We have 1 minute left. There's the line right now for Wild One. There's a whole slew of people waiting outside of it. Again, I have no idea how they're going to control this. We'll keep an eye out. Great Adventure is my home park, welcoming all of our Six Flags America patrons who will be at Great Adventure nowadays. Yes, welcome. I am somebody that goes to Great Adventure a lot. So I'm somebody you're going to hear voices from a lot, and you'll probably see a lot. So welcome to those that are just about to join the family. Or you could even go to King's Dominion. King's Dominion is also another possibility. King's Dominion is also a possibility for you as well, which is an hour and a half away from this property. So King's Dominion, Great Adventure, all possible. And 6, the counting down, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. And there it is. Wild One's done. There it is. Gates up. Wild One's entrance is closed. This is it. This is the crew. This is everybody. Officially closed. This is the line for it. This is Wild One. Let's go over to Raging right now. But yep, Six Flags America. I don't want to say is dead, but is dead. It is now closed forever. The lines are closed. It is 6 o'clock. Let's check in on Raging Cajun's line while we're here. R.I.P. Six Flags America. It is officially over. A childhood park for me. Never visited as much as Six Flags Great Adventure for obvious reasons, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Not gonna lie. I'll miss these rides. They weren't the greatest rides, but that's not the point. Yeah, the park is dead. Officially. There's the chain up at French Quarter Flyers. There's the cap for Ragin'. It's been a fun ride. What a fun ride it's been. We can kind of go up to the Flash Pass. I know we can't go on it, but we can kind of take a look from what's here. Just get a couple different vantage points. We got 67 people in here. Jeez almighty. Welcome. But if you're just getting in, well, Six Flags America is officially no more. And all the lines are going to fill out right now. Again, we will learn the fate of all the rides here in probably a couple of days. Could be weeks, could be months. We won't know. Yeah, this sucks. It really does suck. Let's see if I can head over to, we can still kind of stroll around again. They're probably going to take it really slow at getting people out of the park because everybody still is in line for stuff. But we'll head over to DC Universe and check in on all the stuff happening over there. But yeah, this is hard. When do you think they will start demolition? No idea. They can start as soon as tomorrow for all I care. Where do you think some of the rides will go? I did a whole video on that, actually. If you, I don't have the link for it, but I did a whole video on that. You should go check it out. From what I heard, Raging Cage is going to be moved. I've heard a couple rides are going to get moved. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that one. 1 second here. Alrighty. So now we're just chilling outside Voodoo, chained up. One of the last few Intamin drop towers. You're gonna find the other one over at Six Flags Great America, which is the same ride type. Never been here and I can feel deep emotion. Yeah, especially if you're on the East Coast, it really does sting to experience this. Six Flags America joining King to Ka above the clouds. And potentially a good chunk of these rides as well. Six Flags America has been criticized, but it has been a good companion to Six Flags Great Adventure. It has. Just different rides, exactly. Would Magic Mountain get anything because it's my nearest Six Flags park? No idea. Six Flags America joins Astro World and Geauga Lake. Yes, it does. For now, anyway, unless somebody buys it off. Will they bring the Superman Ride of Steel trains up to New England? No, they will not. More than likely not. I'd be shocked if they do, because Massachusetts, I don't know what's up with them. My other home park, California's Great America, will be joining this in the next few years. In 2027, actually, and that one I will definitely not be able to live stream. So, hopefully somebody else could do that for me. First ever drop tower at Six Flags America. Oh, Voodoo. Yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm chilling outside Voodoo right now. I wanted Batwing to move. Well, the Vekoma Flying Dutchman is now extinct, if it makes things any crazier. America played a major part in rounding out the East Coast ambience and rides. It really did, in all honesty. You'll be there for CGA's closing? Nice. I am going to visit CGA soon, but I will not be there for any of the other stuff. Like, I'm not going to be there for the closing year. Probably not. I'll probably be there earlier than that. 41 people in here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to miss this park forever. We'll see what happens with it. Again, it could be like a Kentucky Kingdom thing where like it could stay sort of abandoned for a while and then suddenly it reopens with all this stuff. So we'll see what happens. Did you see the dude that climbed the Batwing? I pointed it out. I'm the one that pointed it out, and they got the security involved with it. So, yeah, that was a crazy sight. I'm not the one that climbed it. Somebody asked me that earlier. I did see the guy climb it, though. I did see the guy climb it. It was, yeah, somebody at Superman got like 40 like security people that went up to get the guy, and they handcuffed him and tossed him out of the park and probably arrested him and charged him. Yeah, it was quite something. I don't know whose vlogs are gonna catch that stuff, but trust me, a lot of people were there. Yes, there's footage. There's footage out there. I did not get any, but there is footage out there of it, so just be on the lookout for that. What does it look like inside the closing shops? We might be able to go into them, but I'll tell you this right now, it is ransacked. All the stores are absolutely ransacked. It's bad. Yeah, pretty much, ZM, pretty much. You can still get a duck from the game. Yeah, you can still play some games. Dummy got arrested on the last day of the park being open. Yeah, and he'll soon realize that he's also banned from every other Six Flags park. So, good job, buddy. He really went out, and it will probably not get any sort of repercussion or appeal. So, good on that guy. Great job. This won't be the only Six Flags park leaving by a long shot. We will see. We will see. But, again, California's Great America is in 2027, so not necessarily. Those are the only two confirmed right now. I'm not walking out yet. I'm actually going to head into Johnny Rockets because I got to give something back. Oh, did they close the door for it? Yeah, they did. Any chance of Superman getting saved? Nope. Hello, y'all. Hello. Hello, hello. R.I.P. R.I.P. We're going to go into Johnny Rockets here. So, this is what it looks like in here. It's abandoned. Joker, no, it will not be saved. Hello, y'all. Last meal at Six Flags America for you guys. Your last ride in the park was Raging Cajun. How was that?
It's fun so much.
Oh, you got a spinning car. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's great. That's great. So this is what we're going to relocate Johnny Rockets to where? Is the merch on sale? Everything in the park was 85% off. No matter what it was, everything was 85% off. Oh, Fungus. They were playing Vengabus, the first thing when the park opened, by the way. Superman's running pretty good. Superman was running pretty well. Not too bad.
Where's everybody else at?
I don't know. I know a bunch of them didn't even get into the line for Wild Ones, so they didn't get on anything. So, like, I'm going to probably head to the front and then call it, because there's not much left to do right now. Firebird's getting demoed, guys. Firebird's not getting relocated, please. Alright, jeez. First ride on Superman yesterday. Nice. What do you think about the 2026 teaser for Cedar Point? I have not seen that yet. I need to take a look at that. I've not heard anything about that. It's time to relocate this park and make it a new park. Again, they could pull a Kentucky Kingdom with this. It's very possible. I definitely see the possibility of them doing that. Firebird is officially in BMS3. Another thing, too, that I realized that it's the I believe the third or fourth oldest GCI, and Roar is now extinct. I think it's the third oldest GCI. So, all like the GCI classics are getting taken out. The first GCI was Wildcat until Wildcat's Revenge. Then there's both Roars, this Roar and Discovery Kingdom's Roar. Another GCI that's overseas, I think. And then the fifth oldest GCI is now the oldest operating GCI coaster now is Lightning Racer. Yeah, ain't that something? Ain't that something, right? I didn't know that. So, not saying anything's gonna happen to Lightning Racer, but now I'm even more concerned about it. Now I'm scared for Lightning Racer at Hershey Park. I really hope they don't touch that ride. Yes, Lightning Racer is now the oldest operating GCI roller coaster after today. So, that's a crazy thought. Yes, and it's 25. It's turning a new age. My gosh, I mean, they've been upkeeping it well. It just hasn't run very well this season. Here's the Minuteman Motors. I hope not. But they just got to draw more attention to that side of the park as much as they can. So, here's the Flying Carousel up ahead. The front entrance attraction at the park. A ride that I hope gets relocated. This is a ride that could very easily fit very well in a park that doesn't have a wave swinger. So, this is a great one. Yeah, Hershey has 2 GCIs technically because it's a dueling coaster. It very much is. Well, racing coaster. It's racing. Toro's going to be 20 very soon. Yeah, actually, wait, yes. Toro's going to be 20 next year. And again, they're doing the oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, what is going on? What is this? What is going on here? It's like scary monsters. That's a mummy. That's a mummy. What is going on here? What is happening here? There's a lot happening here. Wave swinger parts? No, or they can just relocate the whole thing to a park that needs it. It's actually a relatively recently renovated one, I think. Lightning Racer is kind of overrated, though. It is very nice, though. Any chance the kids coaster kids coasters could easily be relocated for sure. They could easily relocate that. Very much so. Wave Singer looks really nice at night, though. I will give it that. And here, and look. Put some waves in the chat, y'all. Sylvester, Bugs, Tweety. Look at that. Steamwhirler, possibly. All the characters are out front here. Final pictures. By Tweety. By Bugs. There we go. All right. All right, so let's walk out together, everybody. All right, 79 people, welcome. This is the fastest we've gotten to this much people in a live stream ever. So thank you guys for staying here as we are making our way out of the park. I'm gonna see if we can go into the stores. We should be able to, because I'm sure they want to capitalize on any final things. So we'll go into the shops. We'll check it so that way you guys can see. We actually got some musicians out here too. This is nice having the characters come out one last time. Yeah, I think it was for like some event for Halloween. So there's a band over here. I'm trying to see if we can get a spot, see where they are. Sounds like a drum line of some kind. Yeah. So Six Flags America is 3 hours away from Great Adventure. It's in Bowie, Maryland. Nitro into T-Rex Giga? No. Not happening. SteamWhirler was their newest ride in the park ever, so it opened last year. There's Coaster Candy. I think everything in there is probably 85% off. I'm just not even going to attempt it. Yeah, these were the guys that were at the front of the park earlier. or they were at Firebird earlier. All right, so let's go into shops. Let's show you the shops while you're here. Sort of a teaser for what's to come in the vlog. So this is Independence Hall, aka Looney Tune Emporium. This is what it's looking like. This is the shop. This is what we're looking at, guys. There is not a lot left. Shelves are absolutely ransacked in here. Extended waits to buy final merch. This is like, and it is unbelievable what we're looking at, guys. I mean, New England and Six Flags America are very similar parks. So in a way, yeah. They got a couple pins, mainly Wonder Woman. But like, this is a sight. It's like nothing. Like, this is unbelievable. Like the registers, it's a mess in here. But then again, they're kind of just letting people just scavenge and just take what's left. No, they don't even have nano coasters. This park never really had nano coasters. So like, this is what we're looking at. It's actually, it's mentally insane what we're looking at here for the shops. And a lot of people are just kind of traversing here. We're gonna head to Shop Flags now, just to show you, oh my gosh. So just to give you one last look, the other shop, if you thought that Emporium was bad, if you thought that the Looney Tunes one was any bad, now if we go into Flags, this is even worse. This is what we're looking at. This is Flags. And partially it's just looking up at these pictures in the store, reminiscing all that this wonderful park had offered. Apocalypse. Just keep going. Here's Joker's Jinx. When Whistle Stop's Drop Tower was in. Flying Carousel. Like there's stuff just on the floor. Like I don't think I need to get anything because I have enough, but it's all that. Water park. This whole rack's full of t-shirts. They had the t-shirt for had Six Flags America on it. They're all gone now. There's Superman. And the last one's right over here. Roar. Take the filler. So that's the shop. They're selling them right now. Oh, there's another Superman one back there I missed, but this is the shop. That's it. This is all that's left, guys. There's nothing. There's nothing. And I think there's another store up here. And I don't even think there's anything. Like I'm flabbergasted that they kind of just like drop their losses and just be like, just take them out of the boxes. 85% off. Here's the last store, Hamilton's. I mean, holy moly. And that's the line to get something, by the way. I'm just not even gonna try. That's the line just to buy stuff in that store. Unbelievable. I do appreciate this entertainment here, though, from the folks here dropping some beats for us on the way out of the park one final time. So huge shout out to these guys. They're really doing a great job here. A lot of people, they don't want to head out, but at the end of the day, all good things, and I said this with King Ka, all good things come to an end. New chapters begin, new eras begin, and now this is just another one of those stepping stones, we'll say, of things that have to happen as we say goodbye to Six Flags America, potentially forever. Ladies and gentlemen, for those that got to stay through this entire live stream, thank you very much for joining me on this live stream here at Six Flags America. And you will be exiting this park with me one final time. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Frank. We're gonna head on out to the park. Oh, what is this? Wait. And they're letting us leave with the map. Wait, this is so cute. Aw. And we're leaving with the park map, guys. Look at this. Look at that. We got to leave here today with a park map for Six Flags America. This is adorable. What a great way to go out. There is security all over the place. I love that they did that. That was so nice of them. Oh, look at that. What's this? He just got a lanyard. Oh my gosh. It ain't done yet. He just got a lanyard. For free. A member lanyard. Oh, this is the, So before I turn that around, so the map, let me see the best way we can do this. So there's the map. And then a Thrill Seeker's Guide to Six Flags America. Check that out. Check that out. Do you know what this is, guys? Do you know what this is? $19.99. We are walking out of here with the park map from 1999. When it was just Joker's Jinx. There's Two-Face down there. There's the main gate. There's Hurricane Harbor. Coyote Creek. Skull Island. Right there. There's Roar. Yeah, man. This is a hard one. And I'm going to leave you with this, everybody. Here we are. That is all, folks. That is all, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into this live stream. Thank you for tuning into this live stream. That is all, folks. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Always thank your ride operators. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you all in the parks really, really soon. Thank you for tuning into this live stream. Goodbye, everybody.